Okay, so what I have here is potting mix. And with these potting mix, I am going to propagate my ice plant. I've got a lot of requests for the ice plant, so I actually am running out of the cuttings that I propagated a while back. So now I'm going to propagate it again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I do it. So those that get their cuttings from me in the mail, it takes about 4 to 5 days, almost a week, to be sent to you. When you take it home and it's droopy or whatnot, soak it overnight. Soak it overnight in just water. But since my plants are doing great and it's growing, these trimmings are just freshly cut off of the plant, so I don't need to actually soak them because there's no need. They're strong already. So I propagate with potting soil. And this is a brand new bag of potting soil that I bought. And I have plenty here that I am propagating, because what I'm gonna do is basically I either give them away or I am going to ship them out. So when you take your potting soil out of the bag, it's in great condition. It's a little bit moist. You just stick it straight into the soil, and then you pack it down to make sure that the plant stay in the soil. After packing it down, you sprinkle more soil, loose soil, on the top like so that way the bottom soil is compact and then there's loose soil on top, so that way it helps the plant to grow roots. So another example, I'm going to put soil in here. And I'm going to immediately stick the plant in, and I'm going to put loose soil on top. And that's all you have to do. Now, I have here is some example. When you buy plants, don't throw these away. These are perfect if you look to propagate your plant. So I have one here, the leftover from the last batch that I've done, and I'm just gonna take it out and show you. This one is ready to plant in the ground. You can see that the root system is growing all to the bottom. So when you receive this, I have sent some of this to friends or my followers. When you receive this in the mail, if your plant has already a root system, all you need to do is put them in the ground right away. Put them in the ground right away. You don't have to soak them. You put them into a small pot with extra soil, and then you can plant it in the ground, water it right away. Because when I send some of these out, yes, I'm not gonna break up the root system that it's already formed. I will put this straight into the mail and I will mail it out. Therefore, you're going to see some of the cuttings that has already a root system, so you don't need to soak it again, and don't break the root system. Just put it into a larger pot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put, this is a larger pot than what it was originally in. I'm gonna put the soil in. I'm gonna pack the soil down. Pack it down. I'm going to put the plant in. And loose soil. So towards the bottom of the container, the soil is packed tightly. Towards the top where the root system are, I did not pack down the soil. The reason for this is you want to make it easy for the plant to grow its root towards the top. Once it grows towards the bottom, it has a thicker layer of soil for it to grow root in. This actually allows the plant to stimulate and work harder to get their nutrient, and also will make the plant stronger. So loose soil towards the top, pack down the soil towards the bottom, giving the plant plenty of soil and nutrients for it to grow. I'm gonna leave this here in this particular pot for another month or so. Once it grow a little bit bigger, then I will transplant it to a bigger pot, or I can put it directly in the ground. These are perfect for ground covers. If you have an areas where you don't want to have grass growing, you just put this down and it just explode, and it's a beautiful, beautiful ground cover for you. Now, since I have these starters here, makes life and things easier for you, because you can actually be a machine here. And this is the reason why don't throw it away when you buy plants in the 6-pack, because as you can see here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be immediately propagating these ice plant, and you can do it 6 at a time, which is very convenient. Just stick them down in the ground, down in the soil like this, and when it formed the root system, you just transplant it to a bigger pot, as I had done before. So there you go, you have 6 plants already. So this is perfect. Now you need to put these in a semi-shaded area, meaning that you want to put it somewhere where it's not a lot of sun. 3 hours a day is good, because these plants needs to grow roots. I'm gonna put it right here. So for the sake of the video, I want to speed things up. I have started some already, so that way it's not going to be a long, boring video. But as you can see, it's very, very easy, very, very convenient. You don't even need to have any rooting hormones, because these are very hardy plants. But if you receive them in the mail, which means that it's been in the mail for a very, very long time, for several days, you want to make sure to soak them overnight in the water, so that way it rejuvenate the plant and give it a little bit of energy, because it's been in the transit for several days. Here is a seed bud, which when you propagate, you want to avoid getting getting the branch that has seeds on it, but that one, I think it broke off, so I went and took it anyway. But as you can see, when you propagate, you don't get the one with the seed pod. You get these are the young ones, the starter. So you don't want the one with the seed pods. Most of my cutting, as you can see here, it does not have a seed pod on it. So don't get the one with the seed pod. But they will grow. It's just that when it has a seed pod, it takes the plant longer for it to actually make new plants for you, because it tries to save the seed pod, right? It tries to grow the seed pod. So that's another reason why you don't want it to cut the part that has the seed pod. Okay, so all of these are being propagated. I'm going to leave it in a shaded area with limited sunlight to let the plant grow, and wish me luck. Hopefully all of this grow. Once all of these grow, it will be another shipment out to everyone who wanted them. You will need to pay for shipping, but free plants.